Satnam, have you ever had one of those days where everything goes right? Yeah, not often, but we get them. So I woke up one morning and I just had so much vigor. I could feel it. I was just like, oh, this is going to be a really, really good day. I could feel it. One of those days that you're driving down the road and it's all green lights. Never hit any red lights, all green lights. The day that if you would have played the lottery, you would have won twice that day. It was that kind of a day. I was just feeling really, really good. Everything was just kind of just going my way. And I just opened my eyes and I was already feeling that. So I went up and as I usually do my morning sadhana, my morning yogic routine, I chose for myself that particular day just a very physically challenging set, and I killed it. I did great. I did everything really good. I felt good doing it. Had a very deep relaxation after the set, and I was getting ready for my meditation afterwards, which is always how things sort of go with a full Kundalini class. Is you do a Kriya set, you do a relaxation period, and then there's a meditation. So I'm ready to do my meditation. And I don't even remember which particular meditation I did that day, but let's say I'm just sitting down there and I'm sitting like this and I'm breathing. After about 3 or 4 minutes, there was a fly that started buzzing around the room. Now, I could hear the fly, but I'm thinking to myself, no, not today, fly. You are not going to bother me. This is my day. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good in this meditation. I'm really feeling it. So the fly keeps buzzing around. And I hear it, but again, not paying any attention to it because I'm just very focused on what's going on here. And then all of a sudden, fly lands on my face. And now it's taking a tour, right? It's walking on my face, my nose, my eyelashes even. And I'm just still sitting there. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, nope, you're not going to kill my buzz. I am right here, I'm meditating and I'm good. And this goes on for a minute or so where the fly's walking around, and then all of a sudden the fly's buddy comes along. And I got 2 of them. They're both on my face now. They're both landing and they're walking and they're doing their thing. And I'm slowly starting to become irritated, I'd say is the right word, where I'm starting to, blow air on the corner of my mouth to get them off my cheeks. That's what I'm doing. Get off. Because I didn't want to move. I just wanted to stay still because I'm like, nope, I'm meditating. I'm not going to break this. But I'm blowing them off, trying to get them to go away. But they come right laying back on my face. So now I'm getting more and more irritated because I want to meditate. I want to be there. So eventually what I end up doing is the irritation gets to a point where I start swatting them away like this, right? But nope. They're pretty persistent, so I'd get back to my meditation and they'd come right back and they'd stop walking all over me again. And then here's the great part of this whole story is that in that moment of me feeling them walking on my face, thinking, oh my God, I was having a great day. What are you flies doing? You're ruining how I wanted to have this experience. And then that's the point that it hit me. I was just like, oh boy, okay. Everything was going so great in my day. And I allow 1 or 2 little flies to bug me, to get me to a point where they changed how I was experiencing my day from being great, all green lights to red lights. Just that internal change, just from the smallest little insignificant thing as a fly walking on my face, caused me to break out of that meditative state that I was in and caused me to become irritated. Well, it didn't cause me to become irritated. I caused me to become irritated. I chose to allow the fly to be an irritant to me. I allowed my internal focus to go towards that insignificant fly walking on my face. So the point of the story is that even when everything's going great in our lives, there's always going to be some little fly that we're going to have to deal with, ignore, something. The idea, though, is don't let that ruin your day. Because here's what happened. As soon as I had that realization of that fly walking on my face, the realization was exactly as I'm explaining it to you now. I was like, oh my God, I allowed that little bitty fly to ruin that internal experience that I had. And it was one of the greatest lessons I had learned in meditation to that point, and really to this day still. Because if you allow something very insignificant to ruin your life, you're going to miss out on so many of the beautiful things that are going right, not the things that are going wrong. So I actually finished off that meditation with both flies still walking on my face. But after having that realization, I didn't allow them to bother me. And I allowed that meditation to continue, even though that they continued to walk on my face for a minute or two. And then they flew away and they did not come back. So the great lesson with that was that I was able to understand that something very insignificant can create a change within you. And that change within you, you can either go with, or I could have just allowed my day to continue to go, sideways, or I came to the realization to shift and to say, oh, I don't have to let that bother me. I'm allowing that to bother me. So again, the point of the story is that doing meditation, it's very easy to do when you're sitting in a quiet room with a nice lit candle, soft music playing in the background. But can you meditate when there's a lot going on in your life? Can you meditate when you don't want to? This is the point. The point is not necessarily to quiet your mind, as so many people like to say with meditation. It is a practice. It is a practice that starts to fulfill within you your ability to stay centered, is what meditation actually is by definition. Focused attention. So I chose that focused attention to go to the fly instead of coming inside. So whatever fly you have in your life, you can either pay attention to that or you can pay attention to something else. So by now, if you've watched enough of these videos, there's a lot of meditations that you can choose from. Choose one. Do it. Do it when you don't even feel like doing it. Allow the practice to create that internal shift, and that internal shift creates change in your life. And if you're sitting down and you're contemplating meditation at all, then you are certainly looking for some sort of a shift. So pick a meditation, do it consistently, and don't worry about the flies. As always, I wish you well. Sat Nam.